Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Well, we got another undisputed champion in the women's division. Super middleweight style. Savannah Marshall beats Francon Cruz Dezern via majority decision. I haven't going to talk about it much because I haven't seen it yet. Just a couple little highlights. That's not enough for me to comment on what I've seen, so I'm not going to do that. Just those are just the results. Another undisputed, and that's the significance of it. We'll get into in another video. But speaking of undisputed, we all know that we have the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo for undisputed versus undisputed in the super middleweight division, right? Now, the good and the bad. We'll talk about the good because the good probably ain't going to be as long as the bad. The good thing about this fight is, it's a fight. We got a fight on September 30th, which is going to be halfway competitive, right? We also have a fight with Canelo versus a live dog. Somebody with total confidence and, has at least been active, right? Another positive is the fact that, hey, it's undisputed versus undisputed, right? So, that's at least something, right? So we at least got a decent fight, right? Now, when we're talking about what I probably don't like about the fight and what I don't like, that's why I haven't talked about it right away. I always want to just see, what people are going to do. I watch the media a lot to just know how they're going to act and just watch them and see if, give them a chance to see if anybody's going to mention what I think should be mentioned. Y'all know how I roll lately. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. Now, Canelo, 168 pounder, right? Charlo, 154 pounder. We got that. Now, Canelo was just trying to mess with a 200 pounder in Badu Jack. Wanted to bring Badu Jack down to 180 and still get credit for cruiserweight division, right? So he had to pull him down. Now, you got people in the 168-pound division who are mandatories for a long time. David Benavidez for WBC and David Morrell for the WBA is a long time. The point is he should be stripped. And he's still, and then John Ryder was just a mandatory for a short time. Just beat Zach Parker and just became mandatory. So he could have waited. But that one was taken, because he had that mandatory on him. But the other mandatory's been there forever. So his tenure wasn't long enough that we needed to pick him like, oh man, John Ryder been waiting forever. No, Morrell has, and the WBA was supposed to consolidate all their belts, which they do in other divisions, but they're ignoring that division because Canelo has the belt, and David Morrell is awesome. So therefore, we ain't mandating that. Same thing with Benavidez. He's the lineal champ. No one even says lineal to this guy. They just says Canelo should fight David Benavidez. They forget that he had the title, just lost it on the scales, right? And he's lineal. And I can remember how important lineal was when Tyson Fury was that. That's all we were talking about. So they don't use that. So you're looking at that, and so that means Canelo doesn't have to really fight in that division. So you just try to pull somebody down so it would be fair. Now Canelo is going to fight undisputed versus undisputed, correct? So wouldn't that mean that you should meet Jermell Charlo halfway somewhere? Or something? This is undisputed versus undisputed, right? You 168, he's 154. Shoot, let's meet at 162 or something. You know what I mean? What's the deal with that? No one, and I mean no one, has even suggested that. Not even suggested it. And it reminds me of Guillermo Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. Lomachenko at 130 damn pounds. Guillermo Rigondeaux's at 122 / really at 118. Because he only went up to 122 chasing Donaire, who had left 118 because he wasn't going to beat Guillermo Rigondeaux. So he just went up there chasing people. I tell you why that's true. Because at damn near 40 years old, he went back down to 118, Guillermo Rigondeaux. Because 122 is actually too big. So from a dude from 118, they didn't tell Lomachenko or suggest it ever that, well, let's meet at 124. Let's meet at 126 or something. So the man don't have to come all the way up to 130. Then he hurts his hand in the fight, and they tell him he should have fought anyway. You know what I'm saying? So all this, we got to move stuff down for Canelo, right? We got to move this, move people, the weights down. Battle Jack come down. Jermell Charlo come all the way up. But anyway, I'm undisputed too. Let's meet somewhere, right? Doesn't happen. So that's what bothers me a little bit. Other than that, Guillermo Rigondeaux, that bothers me to today because nobody even suggested it. Guillermo Rigondeaux was just as decorated as Lomachenko, if not more. Also, two-time gold medal champion, and beat somebody in Donaire who was way up in the pound for pound rankings, also early in his professional career, but he got no props for that. So I'm just saying. And then you're looking at Canelo. Canelo, we've done enough. Right? When he was at 154 pounds and couldn't go up, wanted to go up to 160, they let him do 155 pounds, right? For like 3 or 4 fights. And instead of saying, Canelo, 154 is a weight and 160 is a weight. That's not too much between there, right? We're not going to just make a weight for you. But they did. And instead of saying Canelo's fighting 155, they called it Canelo weight. So he's got his own weight class, even though we have 17 of them damn things. About 4 pounds is already a weight. We ain't even talking kilos. We're not even talking kilos, where it means pounds. 4 pounds shouldn't be no difference in no damn weight class. That's going to take a dump. That's all that is. So, my point is 155 shouldn't have been no damn weight class. So the point is we can't just keep giving Canelo these handicaps. If we're going to have a fight between undisputed and undisputed, then damn it, let's meet somewhere. Because we both, accomplished something that's legendary. I mean, I know only one is getting credit for it, but damn it, his 154-pound undisputed is just as damn awesome as Canelo's at 168, and it's better. Why? Because he wasn't given a belt. Canelo was given the WBC belt. And even though he was given the WBC belt, taken from David Benavidez, they just won't force him to say, Canelo, fight for that belt against David Benavidez. So, this ain't a Canelo hate video, but at the end of the day, those are the things that are irking me about the Canelo versus Jermell Charlo fight. Jermell Charlo versus Canelo, we'll get to that. It's going to be more competitive than what one would think. But going up 2 weight divisions is just not easy. There's a size difference there. And I think some people should be mentioning it, like they mentioned in the other fights. Let alone Devin Haney. Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. These dudes in the same weight division. Devin Haney never been in a different weight division. He was 135. Just because he happened to be bigger. And here's the deal. They mentioned it the whole time. And Devin Haney wasn't even the biggest guy that Canelo faced. That Lomachenko faced. If you think about it, Jermaine Ortiz is just as big, right? That was the fight before, although Lomachenko lost that. And then Nakatani is bigger. Luke Campbell, his hardest fight, is bigger than Devin Haney. But they kept talking about Devin Haney was bigger, even though they're in the same weight class. I want to hear that Canelo is bigger than him, and he should be the prohibitive favorite. And actually, we should be meeting halfway somewhere. Those are things that you want to hear if we were living in a fair, fair universe here. Let's see what happens going forward. That's my point. Still like the fight, right? It's good that it's happening because it's going to be competitive. And at least Canelo's fighting somebody live. But the bad things, don't get me started again. Y'all know what time it is. If it was fair, we would have a different narrative popping off. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.